Okay, hello everyone. Today, the lesson that we're going to do or we're going to study is some and any. Okay, here we have explanation. Here we have the uses that we have for some and any. Statement, I have some water, I have some cookies. Why I have this sentence? Because when I use the water, is is maybe something that I can't count, okay? Incontable, something that it's incontable. And cookies is for something that is countable. So here I have some water and I have some cookies. So this is for affirmative statement is something that is it's normal, something that is affirmative, positive sentence. For the negative, we have I don't have any ticket. I don't have any ticket. So here we have, or here we can see the word any for negative sentence and for questions. For negative and for questions. Okay? So for questions, do you have any bottle? Do you have any bottle? So remember that when I use some is for positive and any is for negative description of quantities of something. Okay, so for example, when I say I have 5 bottles of water, I can replace the word 5 bottles of water and I can say I have some waters. When I use the word some is when I don't want to be specific about the how many of the object I have. Okay, so this is the uses for these two words. And any is the negative form of some. Any is the negative form of some. So let's study this structure. I will have to change the screen a little bit. So let me see here. Okay, I think you can see. I hope that you can see. Okay, excellent. So let me change again. Okay. So the first sentence we have I don't need. I don't need. Remember that you have to complete with some or any. You have to complete with some or any. Any, it's for negative and for question statements. And some, it's for positive or affirmative sentence. Okay? So here we have I don't need. I don't need is a negative form, so I use the word any. I don't need any money, for example. The next, he doesn't have pens, but I have pens. In this sentence, we have a negative part of the sentence and affirmative part of the sentence. So he doesn't have any, and I have some. Okay, excellent, very good. The number three, I'm tired. I'm tired is the similar that I don't have energy. So this is the meaning of I'm tired. I'm tired, I don't have energy. And here I have a question. A question. Do we have, sorry. Here we have the question. Do we have any library cards? Library cards. Remember that the cards is a target, a ticket maybe, that you give to someone to have something come back with you. So in this case, library cards, it's when I use the ticket or the card for ask for a book, for example. Okay, excellent. So let's review again. I'm tired. Do we have any library cards? Do we have any library cards? Okay. Number 4. Paul wants to buy. Paul wants to buy new shoes. What will you complete to this sentence? Paul wants to buy new shoes. Is a negative? Is a question? Is affirmative? Is affirmative, right? Okay. So here we're going to complete with some.
How many students in the class?
No one.
No one? Oh my God.
Ay, me tocó ver, sí, estaba grabándolo para enviárselos.
Ask Alicia. Ask Joanna.
I don't know. Okay, I go, but I come back. Okay, now the number 5. Number 5. Mr. Smith has questions that he wants to ask. Mr. Smith has questions that he wants to ask. Here we have the D. So, maybe we can study a little bit with the subject of this class, the new vocabulary. So here we have questions. All the question is the interrogative that I have, and ask is do the question, make a question. This is the difference between question and ask. Okay, maybe if you have something that else that you don't understand, you can tell me below, and I will try to do a new video to answer all your questions that you have, maybe for this lesson or maybe for future lessons. Okay, so let's see once again the number 5. Okay, Mr. Smith has, this is an affirmative sentence, some questions that he wants to ask. Some questions that he wants to ask is an affirmative sentence. Okay, excellent. Okay, I think that we can create more sentences, but you try to imagine the words while you are singing. So, for example, when you say in a affirmative sentence with some, I can say, I have some bags for the sales clerk, for example. In a negative sentence, I can say, I don't have any bags for the sales clerk. In the question, the same sentence, we're going to change to a question. Do we have any bags for the sales clerk? So this is the structure. Remember that we use some and any to change or to be not specific about the number of the quantity of the things that we have. Okay? So excellent. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you understand. If you have any question, you can write down on with the link that I will share with you. For the next class, we're going to study one more time. Okay? So I hope you enjoyed. Goodbye, everybody, and see you next time. Goodbye.